You are watching a clip from the Sports and Sorts podcast.
All right, so let's move on. We're going to head on over to Thursday Night Football. Thursday Night Football, Saints versus the Cowboys. Cowboys are not favored in this game, even though they're at home. The Saints are the best team in the league as of right now. Cowboys got a great defensive line. Saints have a great O-line. Who you got?
Something's got to give, right?
Yeah, something's got to give here.
I'll tell you what's going to give is the Cowboys defense is going to give. They're gonna cry uncle in this one. And there's always some trash talking going on too by the Cowboys defense, which I think is a really bad idea.
You know, let me get you. I can read some of that for you.
Yeah. Why don't you do that?
As of right now, I mean, it was a little bit of trash talk by DeMarcus Lawrence. He was doing some trash talking, and then on top of that, he paid some respects to Drew Brees and their offense, but then he kind of went back and was like, but we're gonna get to him, kind of deal. So one of the things he says, I don't know, expletive. I got to see first. He told Calvin Watkins of The Athletic, they ain't faced us. We don't know yet. We can't talk about it afterwards. I'll be honest with you too. What else did he say? We've been talked up as being the difference, he said. They're going to have to match our intensity, expletive, for 60 minutes straight. If you hit expletive in the mouth, they ain't doing what they are regularly doing and putting up 50 points. And they start getting a little distressed. So now you got them where you want them at. And then expletive, choke they expletive out.
I'll tell you, that's fine if you want to tug on Superman's cape, but the funny part is about the Cowboys is, I understand that they are in the theoretical driver's seat in the NFC East right now, but you're in the driver's seat of a really crappy division.
Yeah.
You're in the driver's seat of a division that, although it boasts the defending Super Bowl champion, that team's just been in a complete fog since the beginning of the season.
Yeah, and then
they didn't
start with Carson Wentz, and then they finally got Carson Wentz back. He was still a little rusty, and then their secondary went in shambles. Their team is just is a hot mess.
And then you've got the Giants, whose name you won't even speak at this point.
No, and then they almost had their opportunity. They had the opportunity to get their name brought back in, but dropped the ball again.
And then you had the bend but don't break Redskins, who then literally lost their starting quarterback to a
pretty bad
broken
break.
Yeah, really gross break.
Mm-hmm. And
so you're ending
break, which
you're the toast of the town in the NFC East, but that's really not saying much at all. I mean, that's just that is really nothing to hang your hat on.
Normally we'd be saying that's the best division in football, but this year it's just been it's been competitive.
Well, it's competitive, but not in a good way. Yeah. It's competitive because all the teams stink.
Yeah.
So the Cowboys are the best of the worst, and they are now going against arguably, if not unquestionably, the best team in the NFL. That's hard to say because the Rams and the Chiefs are both really, really good. Mm-hmm. But I'll give them the nod over the Rams because they beat them head to head. We'll see about the Chiefs. But the one thing I can say about the Saints is that their defense is better than the Chiefs, and they're starting to play a little better. I just don't like this I don't like this matchup for the Cowboys. I understand they're feeling confident in their defense. Their defense has played well or better. But this is not the matchup to start flexing your verbal muscles when Drew Brees and Alvin Kamara and Michael Thomas and Mark Ingram and
there was a chance. I would say there was a chance that there was going to be where the Cowboys had the opportunity to come in and get them while because the Saints have been playing incredible, and you can always get a team that's playing incredible. You can always catch them off guard from time to time. But when DeMarcus Lawrence comes in and says all this stuff, that now you're adding bulletin board material, which then they might not have been extremely prepared for this because they were kind of like, yes, they have a great D-line, let's work on that, and then we'll just go about our game plan. Now, especially with Sean Payton, this is a guy who will literally stomp on your throat.
I was actually
bury
really
you
happy.
Underneath the water.
I was really happy when I saw the quote because I was like, great, thank you. You've just given Drew Brees and Kamara more incentive to put points on the board and be merciless about it, and I've got them in some fantasy leagues, so bring it on. Keep talking. Keep talking. Drew Brees is going to throw 4 touchdowns tomorrow night. Yeah. Kamara's gonna probably catch one and run for 2. It'll be great. So fine by me. We're getting towards playoff season here in fantasy football. So hey, but listen, I got the Saints winning this game comfortably. I'm going to go with a final score of 39-22.
Ooh,
Saints.
That's a big score. That is a big score. I'm kind of with you here. On one hand, I'm like, you know what? This defensive line could literally put some pressure on them. It could cause some major disruptions. But the Saints defense is good too, and Sean Payton is smart enough to understand if Ezekiel Elliott goes for over 100 yards, there is a good chance that the Cowboys are, if not going to win, they're going to be close to winning. And he knows that. So he is going to take that option away, just like Bill Belichick would, just like Sean McVay would. Like, there are a lot of teams that will do that. They will take away your best option, and they're going to make Dak and Amari Cooper and Beasley and all them beat him. And nobody thinks that can actually happen, especially when you're going up against the Saints offense, who's probably going to put up over 30 points. The Cowboys don't typically do that. They don't do that. So I'm going to say I'm kind of with you here. I don't think they score quite as many as 39. I had them at 35 points, but I do have the Cowboys scoring 24 because I get nervous, especially early, that the Cowboys will end up getting maybe a strip sack. They'll get really lit up. But then, the Saints are they're a veteran team. They have one of the best veteran quarterbacks of all time, and he is going to rally his troops. Don't worry about it. We're going to put points on the board. There could be something crazy that happens early, or just in general with the defense, where they end up putting some points or getting themselves into good scoring position due to that. So I think that it's gonna be a little bit close, particularly in the first and second quarter, but I think you're just going to see the better team, the cream rise to the top, and you're going to see the better team, the Saints, just end up rolling them. And then when the Cowboys are kind of it's starting to spread away, like it's starting to go, like the score is starting to get bigger and bigger, it's not going to stop because Peyton's going to be like, you know what? Those comments, all right, now we're going to keep piling on because he is competitive and he is mean-spirited. So he will absolutely do that.
I like that. I like that in a coach.
So I think watch out, Cowboys fans. This could be a rough one. I don't see Dak having a huge game. I don't see him throwing for 330 yards, 350 yards with 3 or 4 touchdowns, which is what he'll have to do to beat this Saints team.
I will say this for the Cowboys. I mean, that's been a good trade, the Amari Cooper trade. He's looked really good. He's looked really good, really very rejuvenated. I mean, which is kind of strange. I think he took a downgrade in terms of quarterback from Carr to Prescott, but it's the change of scenery's worked for him.
Yeah, it's been good, but I still don't think he's a legit number one yet. Like he's a number one, but he's like at the middle to bottom tier
he's
of
like
number one.
He's like a low end.
But it has helped Ezekiel Elliott a ton. Sure. That has helped Ezekiel Elliott a ton. It hasn't helped Dak a ton, but it's helped Ezekiel Elliott, which has helped put wins on the board. All right, so that's pretty much it for that.
If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You have just watched a clip from Sports and Sorts, where we go live every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday on YouTube. Thanks for watching.